Palworld introduced a truckload of new content with the 1.0 update, and major one of them is the new colossal legendary pal, the Panthalus. It is absolutely necessary that you beat this stupid whale to unlock the world tree, which means you have to beat it whether you want to progress through the story or if you want to just explore the world tree. But as this is not a typical boss fight we all are familiar with in Palworld, most of us noobs can just wing it. So here's a guide for noobs by a noob to beat the Panthalus with minimal grind and burnout of brain cells. Let's go through the pals to bring, weapon type, consumables and accessories, and most important in this fight, the mechanics of the Panthalus' attacks. As the Panthalus is a water type, who would have thought, he is resistant to fire damage and is weak to electrical damage. Hence what you will do is, ignore that info completely and not use any electrical pal whatsoever. Not saying that you should follow this to the very last detail, cause even I didn't follow it completely. There are different levels to this depending on how much you are willing to grind and the DPS of your weapon. At the very least, you should have a water mount, preferably Neptilius, yet another legendary water pal, cause he can jump, which makes him the best pal to dodge the attacks. It's not that hard to get him, just go loot some sun-rich treasures and use the Ancient of Soul spheres to catch him with ease. The others are a Solene and a Cryolink Stirrup. The other slots are for your emotional support pals because we are not going to summon any pal other than the water now. The Solene buffs your damage by 80% if you have different pals in your team, and the Cryolink Stirrup buffs your weak point damage dealt. This is a simplification and we will discuss it later in more detail. Make sure to level up your water mount, for me it's Neptilius, and give him some souls to make him tankier, so that in case you get hit, you don't die in 23 milliseconds. This is the bare minimum you should have if you have a good weapon and one minimum grind. And you only necessarily need to condense Solene and Cryolink Stirrup. Their level doesn't matter, so get them however you can. This is the combo I went with because I had a legendary assault rifle, which is actually good for the boss fight, but it took me some tries. Something to note here, I was playing in normal difficulty, so if you are playing in hard difficulty, the difference that matters in this build is the damage you deal, which is half the damage you deal in normal mode. So you have to get a better weapon than this, or move to the next level, or the level after that if you want to beat Panthalus. The next level is adding Vanworm to the mix. Both Vanworm and Vanworm Crest buffs your weak point damage and hit stacks. Depending on your DPS and willingness, you can go with just one Vanworm or both, fully condensed or not, etc. The absolute maximum DPS combination is Neptilius, Solene, Cryolink Stirrup, Vanworm and Vanworm Crest, all fully condensed. Solene buffs the damage by 80%, Vanworm buffs 40% and Crest buffs 40% weak point damage, and the Cryolink Stirrup buffs 60% on top of all this. The math for the nerds among us, the Vanworms both give 40% and 50%, it stacks, so 1.9x together. Solene's 80% buffs comes on top of this, so instead of addition, it multiplies. So 1.8 times 1.9 gives 3.42 times. These are all passive buffs. The Cryolink's buff is actually a conditional buff, as in if you hit the weak point of the pal once, the next weak point hit will deal 60% more damage. So it multiplies with all the above, meaning 3.42 times 1.6 gives 5.472 times your normal weak point damage. The weapon type you should bring for this is high fire rate weapons with minimal spread, like the assault rifle, the overhit rifle, etc. This helps you constantly activate your Cryolink's partner skill even if you miss one or two shots. The accessories should be the ones that buffs you primarily, as you are the main damage dealer in this fight. I went with my usual Vanguard Charm, Dog and Emblem, Vasectara belt, as I find this as a good balance between survival and damage. However, if you want, you can go with Dog and Emblem and attack pendants to further increase your damage. It is recommended to bring some medical supplies to improve your chances, and just ensure that you have the best armor and shield you can get your hands on. In case you didn't understand, even though I said weak point damage multiple times, our main strategy in the fight is to go all out on the weak point of the Panthalus. Panthalus has 3 major regions in his body. 1. The blue crystal on his forehead, which deals the red increased damage. The second is his underbelly, where it deals white normal damage. Lawyers usually recommend not to say normal right after you say white, but here it is okay. The rest of his body is where he has fully enchanted netherite armor, so don't even think about shooting there. Never stay on or just around the island. That will be the last mistake you will make, as all you can do at that point is dodge, as the Panthalus will be locked in cycling his 4 base attacks as you are not dealing enough damage to trigger a phase change, as he will only show you his side so you can't hit his crystal. So get on your Neptilius and go right in front of him. This forces his AI to face you head on. Now you can do a significant amount of damage to him. Even if you were on a mount, this is shallow waters and you can dodge or swim as fast there, so keep an eye on where you are. Here is what you should do against each attack the Panthalus dishes out. For each of the attacks in order, you should dodge, dodge, dodge and finally dodge respectively. That's right, whatever the attack is, don't try to tank it unless you have an absolute unit of a pal with you. First attack is called Bubble Rain, and it is a seeking missile that looks cute. This unlocks your pal with each hit, shreds through the health like what a pit bull does to a $500 chew toy you just bought, and it doesn't stop following you until it hits the ground or the water surface. So flying pals are not at all recommended for the fight. During the fight duration, the swim speed of water pals are increased significantly, so abuse it as much as you can. The attack is indicated by the whale bellowing, so if you see this attack coming, just speed away and this will make the bubbles land on the water. Then just come back, position yourself and focus on his crystal. This was written before an update, so here's some clarifications. Now, the Jetragon saddle unlocks at level 70 and the requirements for it no longer has resources you only get from World Tree. So you'll have a fast player who can avoid these attacks. But the player can shoot while mounted on the Jetragon. And the partner skills we have don't apply to the damage dealt by pals. So we will be doing far less damage. You can shoot while mounted on an Hydralon, but he is slightly slower than Jetragon and you'll have to be very careful while doing so even if you are on an Hydralon. According to the Reddit comments I read, this is the case, so I would still recommend going with a water mount like Neptilius. The next attack is Creeping Bubbles, and they just want to hug you and explode you into oblivion. This attack is indicated by, that's right, the bellowing of the Panthalus, and when you see it, press your dodge button to escape it with ease. The next attack is Aquablade, and it is an onion made of water, which is indicated by, you guessed it, the square hole, and you can either just move out of the way or dodge away. Dealer's choice. The last base attack is Tidal Charge, and it's a small wave that does damage, not anything dangerous, but you can just move away. It is indicated by ding ding ding, the whale moving away and pushing with his side. What did you expect? The rest of the attacks are triggered if you have done a set amount of damage to him. The first of them being Giant Breach, where he sinks down, lunges up to the air, and then flops back down, creating a radial wave or ripple or something, I don't know. This will stop after a certain distance traveled, so you can either just move away. Just remember that he may do this multiple times in a row. The next is Maelstrom. He creates a vortex that can pull you in, followed by a water eruption. Just dodge and you'll be fine. There is a window where if you did enough damage, he gets stunned, and after either you do some damage or if the time runs out, he gets back up. So go in front of him, unload everything straight to his crystal. After the next trigger point, he will start glowing in blue sparkles and he'll fly up slowly and hit you with Aqua Tornado. Right before the attack starts, there will be these float tornadoes similar to the ones that you see around the map. Go there, press jump, and you can both dodge the attack and rise to the Panthalus' height and do damage to him. If the crystal isn't in front of you, just shoot his underbelly, put in the damage as much as you can. The next is the famous attack you saw with the Dynamo video, which creates a little tsunami wave. This is indicated by Panthalus flying up and doing barrel rolls while doing so. So if you see this, look around for the same flow tornadoes, but don't jump instantly. Wait for the wave to get close to you, not too close, then jump. If you don't wait, there is a chance that you fall right into the wave and get killed, as this attack has very high damage and you'll have to start over. Ensure to reload your weapon while you are evading an attack, so that when you return to your position, you will have a full magazine. In hard mode, all the incoming damage to the PAL is 1.5 times and the damage the player takes is 4 times the normal damage. Only way to survive the attacks is to dodge every single attack. Remember, Panthalus has several AoE attacks which can damage your PAL with 1.5 damage and you with 4x damage even if you are mounted. So be careful, but the build still works for the difficulty. After this phase, he may do any of the above attacks, and if you succeed in beating him, he will stop attacking and you will get a prompt saying throw a sphere to catch the Panthalus. This is a confirmed catch no matter what, so don't waste any of your fancy spheres, just throw the normal blue sphere. Even if you don't have a sphere, I hear that after the timer runs out, he will be in the pal box if you have free space, but I haven't done it myself. Here's a clip of me applying all this. If you manage to catch him, these are the moves he has. Every attack is the same, with the damage scaled down. He is pretty fast as a flying mount, but takes forever to turn. You can put him in the base, but only one per base, so you can breed him. He surveys the base like a guardian and participates in raids, and that concludes everything I know about Panthalus. Good luck catching one yourself. This is a guide for noobs by a noob. Let me know if this was helpful or if it wasn't, or if you have any other suggestions to make it even better. This is Noob Butcher, and see you in the next one.